Welcome to the Old Coins Explorer. Here we are exploring the hidden secrets about old and valuable coins. Have you ever looked at a coin and thought, is this just a piece of change, or is there a story behind it? If you're holding a 1972 Eisenhower dollar, you're holding a piece of American pride, space history, and presidential legacy, all wrapped in one powerful coin. It's not just money, it's a metallic time capsule. Let's set the stage. It's the early 1970s. America is buzzing with pride from the moon landing. The space race is in full swing, and the country is eager to honor one of its most respected leaders, President Dwight D. Eisenhower. So what does the U.S. Mint do? They roll out the Eisenhower Dollar, a coin that celebrates both a wartime hero and a literal giant leap for mankind. Now, most of us are used to small, light coins that slip easily into our pockets. But this one, the Eisenhower Dollar, is bold, big, and built to stand out. Its diameter is 38.1 millimeters, which makes it the largest dollar coin ever circulated without silver. When you hold one, you feel the weight of something significant. And if it's from 1972, you might be holding more than just a cool design. You might be holding one of the rarest and most valuable types from that year. Let's break it down. On the obverse, there's a crisp, commanding portrait of President Eisenhower. No frills, no fluff, just a firm gaze, symbolizing strength and leadership. He wasn't just any president. He was a 5-star general, supreme commander of the Allied forces during World War II, and the 34th president of the United States. That face has seen some serious history. But flip the coin over, and the story gets even more cosmic. The reverse design features an eagle landing on the moon with Earth in the background. This powerful image is inspired by the Apollo 11 mission patch, the same one worn by Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin when they made history in 1969. This isn't just a coin, it's a tribute to one of mankind's greatest achievements. Now here's where things get extra spicy. The 1972 Eisenhower Dollar was produced in 3 different reverse types, Type 1, Type 2, and Type 3. And believe it or not, one of them is a hidden treasure. Type 1 features a globe that's slightly flat-looking with faint lines. A bit of a design hiccup, really. Type 2, though that's a jackpot. It has a simplified, almost ghostly outline of Earth with minimal detail. Only about 100,000 of these Type 2 coins were accidentally released before the mint corrected the design. They're mostly found in proof sets from San Francisco, but if you ever stumble across one in your change, don't let it go. It could be worth hundreds of dollars. Type 3 is the most common and has a sharper, more defined Earth. Clean, but not as rare. What also makes this coin unique is its composition. Most 1972 Eisenhower dollars are made of a copper-nickel clad. No silver involved. But there's a twist. Special collector's editions, struck in San Francisco and marked with an S, were made with a 40% silver composition. They weren't released into general circulation, but if you spot that S mint mark and the coin has a silver sheen, you've found a collector's gem. And while the coin itself wasn't super popular in everyday use, next up, the 1979 P. Susan B. Anthony Dollar, a bold move in a tiny frame. All right, imagine this. You're digging through your old change jar, and there it is, a coin that looks like a quarter, but it's got a bold woman's face staring back at you. That's no quarter, my friend. That's the 1979 P. Susan B. Anthony Dollar, and it's one of the most unique and underrated coins in American history. It's small, it's fierce, and it's got a story that deserves way more attention than it usually gets. Let's start with the basics. This coin dropped into circulation in 1979, and it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real woman, not Lady Liberty or symbolic figure, but an actual historical powerhouse, Susan B. Anthony. She was a fearless suffragette who fought tooth and nail for women's voting rights in the 1800s. Putting her on a coin wasn't just a design decision. It was a message, a bold one. But here's the twist. When people first saw the coin, a lot of them didn't even realize it was a dollar. It was about the size of a quarter, and from a quick glance, it looked way too similar. The U.S. Mint's intention was to make a more compact, easier-to-carry dollar coin, but the public wasn't exactly thrilled. Vending machines didn't recognize it. Cashiers mistook it for 25 cents, and people just weren't ready for the change. Pun fully intended. Let's talk design. The obverse shows a striking portrait of Susan B. Anthony. She's facing right with a determined look on her face, a look that says, "You better put some respect on my name." Around her are 13 stars and the words Liberty and the date 1979, in this case. There's also the mint mark, P for Philadelphia. Flip it over, and the reverse is where things get cosmic again. It features an eagle landing on the moon, carrying an olive branch in its claws. Sound familiar? Yep. It's the same basic reverse design used on the Eisenhower Dollar. It's inspired by the Apollo 11 mission patch, which adds a nice touch of space legacy to this compact coin. Even though the coin is tiny, the symbolism is huge. Equality, peace, progress, and exploration. Now here's where collectors get a little excited. The 1979 P. Susan B. Anthony Dollar has two major varieties that can bump up its value big time. They're both about the S mint mark on proof coins, but even the regular circulation strike from Philadelphia can be cool to have, especially in pristine condition. But let's zero in on something sneaky. The wide rim versus narrow rim varieties of the 1979 P coin. Most coins that year have a narrow rim, meaning there's more space between the edge of the coin and the date. But a small batch, known as the wide rim or near date, was struck with a date closer to the edge. These are far more valuable, with uncirculated ones going for $100 or more, depending on condition. Next up, the 2000 Sacagawea Dollar, a golden glow with a legendary legacy. Now, here's a coin that doesn't just shine, it glows with history. The 2000 Sacagawea Dollar isn't just another dollar coin. It's a tribute, a cultural statement, and honestly, one of the most beautiful coins a U.S. Mint has ever released. This is the coin that turned heads, sparked curiosity, and brought Native American heritage front and center into our everyday currency. Let's talk about the woman at the heart of it, Sacagawea. A Shoshone teenager, a mother and a guide, she played a key role in the Lewis and Clark expedition. She wasn't just tagging along. She was interpreting, leading, and helping the explorers navigate the American West. So when the men decided to honor her on a coin, it was about time. The first thing people notice? The golden color. It's not actual gold, but that rich, warm hue is thanks to a special manganese brass alloy. It gives the coin that distinct look, instantly setting it apart from the silver tone coins we're used to. You spot this in your change, and you know right away, this isn't your average dollar. Let's get into the design. The obverse features Sacagawea herself, carrying her baby, Jean-Baptiste, nicknamed Pomp. It's not a military leader, not a president, but a young Native American mother, facing forward with calm determination. Sculptor Glenna Goodacker created this design, and it's powerful. It tells a story without saying a word. She's looking over her shoulder, her infant wrapped in a blanket on her back, symbolizing guidance, courage, and hope. Flip to the reverse, and you've got a soaring bald eagle, wings stretched wide, flying over a field of 17 stars. Those stars represent the states in the Union at the time of the Lewis and Clark expedition. Designed by Thomas D. Rogers, this side gives the coin a feeling of freedom and movement, perfectly complementing the journey Sacagawea helped lead. Now, when the 2000 Sacagawea Dollar launched, the U.S. Mint wanted it to be a big deal. They even ran ads on TV and teamed up with General Mills to include coins in cereal boxes. Yeah, you could literally pour yourself a bowl of Cheerios and maybe find a dollar coin in there. Pretty wild, right? Here's the kicker. Those Cheerio Sacagawea Dollars, some of them were a bit different. The Mint used a special early dye for those coins, and the eagle on the reverse has extra feather detail on the tail. These are known as Cheerios Dollars. And if you find one today in perfect condition, you're looking at a coin that can fetch thousands of dollars. Yes, thousands from a cereal box. But wait, it gets even better. There's another version of this coin that wasn't supposed to exist, the 2000 Sacagawea Dollar with a Washington quarter reverse. That's right, a Mule error. Somehow, a Sacagawea obverse was paired with a state quarter reverse in the minting process. Only a handful of these were ever discovered, and they're worth a fortune. We're talking over $100,000 in some cases. Even the regular 2000 Sacagawea Dollars can be valuable in high grades. If it's uncirculated, looks flawless, and especially if it's one of the earlier strikes, like the Wounded Eagle variety. Collectors are more than willing to pay above face value. Some improved versions, especially with that S. And the 2000 Sacagawea Dollar? It's the one that started it all. A coin that broke the mold. A coin that dared to put a young indigenous woman and her child at the center of American currency. And that golden shine is not just metal. It's a glow that honors strength, resilience, and the journey towards something greater. So next time you see a Sacagawea Dollar, don't brush it off. Hold it for a second. Look at the details. Feel the weight of the story it carries. You might just be holding more than a coin. You might be holding a piece of modern American history.